What's up, Saber fans? It is Saturday. We're all stuck at home, so got nothing to do except build lightsabers, which probably pretty much most people are doing. So I just finished this one. A couple of them on a show. Most of them are MHS. I'm working on a creepy uncle right now, which is going to be really cool. I'm working on the chassis right now. I managed to get one of Dimitri's little speaker pogo pin thing, so I built a little chassis for that, so I'm excited to try that out. But this one is one I just finished the other day. MHS, you could call it a Scrapflex, I guess you could. It's another Verso build. I love the Verso board. I was just talking to a friend of mine about it. It's so fun to build, so easy. One's cow and it adds that aux button. It's going to be my absolute favorite board. I love the Profi. I have a few Profis that I'm building right now. I just finished a Fallen Order one, MK2 from Saber Forge. I'll probably show that one in another video. That was a crazy build because I put like a crystal chamber in the pommel, which is kind of weird. It makes the sound a little low, so I might have to fix that, but it looks cool. But this is kind of MHS parts. This handle was actually from the very first saber I ever actually built. And I had it for something and I didn't like it, but it really worked well with this design. I've been building these, putting these little, you can kind of see them, these little shims, little plastic shims with a little slot in them so you can slide the wire. But they work in MHS builds. And what you do is you kind of, it makes it, you can kind of see, it raises it a little bit right there. Gives just a little bit of a different design. I think it was kind of cool. So I'm working on another one, kind of a Darth Maul inspired one that I like. And I use that a lot. But this kind of is cool. This has a couple different things I had laying around. So this is a red button, or was a red button, from a 2.5 that I put a glass eye in. So it's got a glass eye at the top. This is the glass eye that it comes with, I guess, the little steel one that's kind of cheesy looking, but it works here because I want to kind of have a little balance. Put a couple rivets in here, which is kind of cool. These are actually retention screws, which is kind of neat. I have a rivet on the bottom, a hole, but that can be replaced with a tactile switch once he puts the aux button in for the Verso. And he said today on his live stream that it would probably be sometime in the next month or so, a couple months. I guess his developers are in Italy, and Italy's getting hit pretty hard with Corona, so things are a little delayed. But there was an issue with the battery for this one. Now, we found out that I think it was actually just the settings, but I had a TCSS Panasonic battery that it kept cutting off after 10 seconds, and he was talking about that today. There's an issue with the critical battery voltage or battery threshold. But once you change the settings, you should be fine. I had actually replaced the battery with one of his, and I haven't had a problem. So maybe it is the battery, maybe it's the settings. I don't know. But I put that battery in my Savvy conversion one, and it's fine. So I think it was probably just software. But this is NeoPixel, so it needs a high drain, a max drain, I guess. And I used the Keep Power one that he gave us. So that's what I put in this one. So I'm gonna put a blade in it. You can kind of see it, which is really cool. So the newest firmware, he has, you can have multiple boot sounds. So you just gotta name the boot sounds in sequentially. So 1, 2, 3. Then you just change the settings to say how many you have, and it'll pick one at random. So this one's gonna be kind of like I think it's from a Vader font, but I love these things. Love this board so much. It's so easy. Get the smooth swing. It's just so cool. The flash, so cool. You see the glass eye, which looks really cool. But super fun. I mean, I'm on my couch all day now, so I'm just designing chassis and building sabers when I'm not doing actual work. But just the color change is just so cool. So easy. So yeah. Okay, so the next one I have is another MHS build. This was for my girlfriend's son. It was for his 8th birthday present. He designed it using the MHS Builder, the new one, and it looks really cool. To try Cree because he's 8 and he wants to whack at this thing, and I didn't want to put a NeoPixel blade in there until he's ready for it. So let him play with this for a bit, and then after a while we'll switch it over. But it's got the pointed pommel. All the kids, I think someone was talking about this on the boards. All the kids love the pointed pommel. My daughter, she's 7, she loves hers with her little pointed pommel. It's kind of funny. It's got a retention screw here, which I'm using a 632 computer case nut. You usually put in the back of computer cases to keep them locked in. Really cool, because you can get lots of different colors, which is neat. So the red, I think, adds a nice little look to it. It's got a recharge port in the bottom, 18650, Crystal Focus 10. Really great board. Little tough to getting used to it. I think the pads are a little small in some places, but once I got used to it, it was fine. But let me throw a blade in this one. So, a little short blade, pull the pin, and then it's fired up. Loud saber. So fun. I'm sure I'm gonna have some battles with that. All right, that's saber number 2. And the last one, I haven't built it yet, but I'm about to install it, I think, tomorrow or tonight. This is what I call my Darth Maul inspired saber. You can kind of see it. More MHS. I had a lot of MHS parts lying around, and since they're all inside, there's nothing to do except design saber. So this has kind of been through a million different redesigns until I kind of settled on this one. This is the same nut that I use for the retention screw. I turn into a button. Clicky, 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 clicky. Yeah, so what I did was you can actually take the top of it off. Yeah, so there's a little tactile switch there in the choke, and I just sawed off the actual screw and drilled a little hole in it, and it fits really nicely on there, nice and snug, and it's going to get some pretty good action. Pretty cool. Now the other side, I have a rivet screw in there that will replace with a tactile switch once the aux button mod comes. This is going to be another Verso. Like I said, I have like 10 boards. I bought 10. I knew they would be awesome, so I just loaded up on them. But the thing I like about this one is I was using these little shims that I talked about a minute ago to give it that little kind of lip to it. And I think it really adds a lot to it. The design, I think, is really cool. But this will be NeoPixel. Probably get this done the next day or so. But yeah, so like everybody else, I'm just at home doing my thing. So my thing might as well be sabers. So comment below and tell me what you guys are working on. Love seeing them.